Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Orcajoy. I am Claude. Okay, Orla Voltaire, the French Enlightenment superstar. Was not he the guy whose writing was so sharp, so funny, and so dangerous that kings and popes were constantly trying to shut him up? Prison? Exile? Book burnings? Sounds like my kind of troublemaker. A real intellectual rock thrower.
And I am Orla, really looking forward to unpacking today's story. Oh, Voltaire, born François-Marie Arouet, Voltaire was his pen name, was the absolute master of getting into trouble for telling uncomfortable truths with style. 18th century France, writer, philosopher, historian, supreme satirist, champion of reason, free speech, religious tolerance.
Right, all the good stuff.
And used his brilliant wit, his sarcasm, his clarity like a weapon to attack superstition, fanaticism, intolerance, and the abuse of power. His battle cry? Écrasez l'infâme. Crush the infamous thing. Crush the vile thing.
Crush the infamous thing. Love it. Sounds metal. What was the infamous thing specifically? Bad coffee? Terrible wigs? Corrupt politicians?
Think bigger. Superstition, religious intolerance, fanaticism of all kinds, censorship, abusive government power. Especially the powerful church hierarchy and the absolute monarchy in pre-revolutionary France.
Okay. So basically, irrationality and oppression?
No free speech, religious persecution, arbitrary arrests. Voltaire saw it all and decided his pen was his sword. Like trying to debug ancient buggy societal code with pure logic and devastating sarcasm, he was relentless.
Okay, fighting the system with jokes and logic. My hero. What made him so fired up? Did something specific happen to him early on?
Big time. His exile in England. Around 1726, got into a spat with a powerful French nobleman, insulted him with his wit. The nobleman had his thugs beat Voltaire up. Voltaire tried to challenge him to a duel, but ended up thrown briefly in the Bastille prison without trial. Then got booted to England as a condition of release.
Kicked out of France for insulting a noble. And beaten up? That is messed up. What did he find in England? Better tea? Less grumpy nobles? More freedom?
Maybe better tea. But mostly, more political liberty. More free speech. More religious tolerance. Plus, amazing science guys like Newton and philosophers like Locke. He was blown away.
Nice. England looked pretty good by comparison.
England seemed way more rational, dynamic, tolerant. A model, he thought.
So, he goes back to France, all inspired, and writes. Basically a blog post saying, England is awesome, France kinda sucks in comparison? That sounds dangerous.
Pretty much. Letters concerning the English nation. Published 1734, used praise for English liberty, science, and tolerance to implicitly slam the French system. The book was immediately condemned, banned, and burned publicly by the Paris executioner. Voltaire had to skip town again. Flee Paris.
Wow, burned books. Classic we're scared of ideas move. That must have really proven his point.
Proving his point about French intolerance perfectly. You can't make this stuff up.
Burned books. Classic, we're scared of ideas. Move. Did that stop him? Or just make him write more? Like, oh yeah? Watch this?
Totally fired him up. Kept writing relentlessly. Plays, poems, history, philosophy, pamphlets, thousands of letters. Mastered using wit and satire. As his shield and weapon, published controversial stuff anonymously or abroad. His most famous work of satire? The hilarious, brutal, philosophical adventure story, Candide, or Optimism, 1759.
Candide, right. Poor Candide thinks this is the best of all possible worlds, cause his optimistic tutor Dr. Pangloss told him so. Then everything imaginable goes wrong. Earthquakes, wars, shipwrecks, torture, slavery. It's awful, but somehow darkly funny.
Exactly. Voltaire uses Candide's insane string of disasters to mercilessly mock everything dumb philosophical optimism, religious hypocrisy and cruelty, the stupidity of war, snobby aristocrats, human folly in general. It is a savage, hilarious takedown of naive optimism and human stupidity.
Brutal, but funny, like South Park for the Enlightenment.
Ending with Candide after seeing the worst of the world, deciding, forget grand philosophical systems, we must cultivate our garden. Focus on practical work, tending to your own small corner of the world. making it better through useful labor, like maybe the world sucks, but my zucchini are thriving. Pragmatism.
Love that. Cultivate your garden. Such a great ending. Candide was huge, right? Even though it was banned everywhere, everyone read it secretly.
Massive bestseller, translated everywhere. Made Voltaire the master satirist of Europe. He also wrote groundbreaking history books, focused on culture, society, not just kings and battles. And later in life, living safely near the Swiss border at Ferney, he became like an international celebrity intellectual, the conscience of Europe.
Right? Like the Bono of the 18th century, but with more wit.
People made pilgrimages to Ferney. Kings and empresses corresponded with him.
The Sage of Ferney! And he didn't just write, he became an activist, used his fame to fight against specific injustices, like the Calas Affair. What was that about?
Horrible case of religious intolerance. Jean Calas, a Protestant merchant in Toulouse. His son Marc-Antoine dies. Rumor starts among Catholic neighbors. Calas killed him to stop him converting to Catholicism. No evidence. Pure anti-Protestant prejudice. Calas gets arrested, brutally tortured on the rack, and publicly executed by being broken on the wheel. 1762. Barbaric.
No, that is insane. Tortured and killed based on rumors and prejudice.
Voltaire heard about it, investigated, was outraged by the injustice and the role of religious fanaticism, launched a massive public campaign, wrote pamphlets, articles, letters, used his fame, his wit, his connections all over Europe, exposed the flawed trial, the intolerance, the torture, relentless, for 3 years.
Wow, taking on the whole system, that is brave.
Like a one-man Enlightenment Twitter storm for justice, mobilizing public opinion.
Did it work? Could he actually change things? Overturn a verdict?
Yes. After 3 years of relentless campaigning, the verdict was posthumously overturned, Calas's name cleared, his family compensated. Huge victory for justice and tolerance. Showed the power of public opinion, the influence an engaged intellectual could have.
Amazing! That is incredible! Using his fame for good.
Made Voltaire the conscience of Europe, defender of the persecuted.
Wow. Using his fame for good. So his core message was reason, tolerance, freedom, fight the bad stuff?
Exactly. Reason over superstition. Tolerance over fanaticism. Liberty over oppression. Challenge dogma. Think critically. Use your reason. Écrasez l'infâme. Crush the infamous thing. Whatever represents intolerance and oppression.
Was he religious at all? He slammed the church constantly, but wasn't an atheist, right? A deist, believed in God but not organized religion?
Mostly, yeah. Believed reason pointed to a creator, a divine watchmaker, who set the universe in motion but doesn't intervene directly. Rejected organized religion, miracles, dogma, superstition. Famously said, if God did not exist, it would be necessary to invent him. Maybe seeing belief in a just God as socially useful for morality, or maybe just a witty jab.
Interesting take. God as a useful invention.
But his main target was religious, abuse, intolerance, persecution, fanaticism. Okay, Voltaire's wit wisdom. 1. Fight folly with funny.
The Candide approach. Use humor, irony, sarcasm. Expose absurdity and hypocrisy. Satire disarms, engages, makes points stick. Laughter can be a weapon.
Right. Ridicule can be more effective than rage. Laugh at the absurdity. 2. Defend free speech.
Protect the right to disagree. Voltaire championed free expression, even for ideas he hated. Lesson. Argue, debate, refute. Don't censor. Tolerance for opposing views is crucial for progress.
Even if it's uncomfortable.
A noisy marketplace of ideas beats enforced silence.
Defend dialogue. 3. Use your platform for justice.
Speak truth to power. See injustice. Use your voice, your skills, your platform. Raise awareness. Advocate. Make noise. Do not be a bystander.
Exactly. Engagement matters.
Even small actions matter.
Fight for fairness. 4. Crush dogma with reason.
Think critically. Challenge blind faith, unquestioned authority, harmful traditions, demand evidence, trust reason, reject fanaticism in all its forms.
Good point. Be skeptical of certainty.
Be skeptical. Question everything.
Reason over dogma. Voltaire. What a legend. What a wit.
Yeah, witty. sarcastic, exiled, imprisoned, book-burning magnate, fought for reason and tolerance with every word, changed the world with his pen, a true Enlightenment hero.
Totally. Showed words have immense power, that critical thinking and satire matter, that one person can fight injustice and make a difference. His legacy is huge.
What infamous things need crushing today? Are you thinking critically? Are you defending tolerance and free speech? Voltaire's fight is still relevant. Thanks for getting enlightened with us on Orcajoy.
Hope it sharpened your wit and maybe made you want to cultivate your garden. Subscribe, follow, tell your free-thinking friends.
Until next time, cultivate your garden. And maybe write a witty pamphlet.
Stay safe.
So, I was thinking, Voltaire saying we must cultivate our garden? Just the ultimate 18th century excuse to avoid social obligations.
Sorry, can't come to the revolution. My turnips need me.
Probably optimized his zucchini yields while mocking Leibniz. See ya.
I am out. Don't smite me. Tend your garden philosophically.